Hi, I'm Dr. Lindsay Bird Reynolds, instructor of oboe at the University of Wyoming, and I'm here to help you prepare your All-State audition. I wanted to give you an online resource for an oboe fingering chart. The web address is wfg.woodwind.org, and it has an extensive oboe fingering chart for some of the higher notes that you might not know the fingerings for. As you're preparing your scales, you'll need to play some of the scales 2 octaves, and you may not know those fingerings, so this should be a really helpful resource for you. As you're looking at the Etude number 1, I wanted to just give you a few tips as you rehearse it. First of all, don't play it too fast. Pick a tempo that you can play every note, every articulation, and every dynamic, and then gradually work it up to the fastest tempo that you can do it all perfectly together. It's always better to have a little bit slower tempo and clean audition than to try to play too fast and have it fall apart. So this may take you some time to work through, but you will get a really good audition in the end that way. A few things looking through this etude. In the second line, you have some staccatos. And on the oboe, staccatos are a little bit difficult to do. You want to be sure that you're not just slapping the reed with your tongue, because you get more tongue on reed sound than tone of the note. So as you do this, try to gather your embouchure together around the reed to help the reed stop vibrating and make a nice staccato sound. And I want to demonstrate that for you. I'm just going to play that on a C so that you can see what I'm talking about. It gives you a little bit of tone to the note instead of just slapping the tongue. And then the other tip I have for you, as you get to the last measure of the first line, you have to slur to this high D. And high Ds are fingered with the half hole 2-3 and then the low C key in the right hand. And when we slur to high D, sometimes on reeds it doesn't speak very cleanly. So you can do a little trick, which is to not use the half hole when you slur to it. So when you go from C to D, you can lift the half hole. And that will help some reeds speak on a slurred high D. Okay, and now let's turn to Etude number 2. The first thing you'll notice about this one is the key of C flat. And I know that seems a little intimidating, but I promise you, you can do it. The other thing to notice is the espressivo marking. This is the slow melodic etude where you get to show off your best tone quality and long legato melodic lines. Also, pay special attention to the different dynamic markings that you get throughout here so that you can make a real difference between mezzo piano, mezzo forte, and finally forte when you get it. As you're working on this one, because of the key signature, you may need to use the fingering that we call left E flat, which is this little pinky key right here. And when we go from D flat to E flat, this allows us to switch pinkies instead of having to slide the right pinky all over the place. If you have questions about that, you can refer to the fingering chart that I mentioned in the earlier section. The other thing I would like to recommend, if you look at this etude and are afraid of the high E flat, please consider taking down some of this down the octave. So starting with the pickup to the 4th full measure, you can play this whole phrase down an octave. And that will allow you to be able to take this audition without having to deal with those really high notes.